Hey guys, do me a favor, grab a knee. I want to introduce somebody pretty special. John, come on up here, please.
Thanks, Coach.
Guys, John Kerezy traveled about 350 miles to be with us today. He went to school here, got a master's degree, came back, worked as the sports information director. He wrote a book, Glory Reborn. You've seen it around campus. It's about Wabash College. He actually knew Coach Navarro, for whom the stadium is named. He knows many of the people pictured in the tunnel there. He is a wealth of Wabash athletic information. He's a part of the National Association of Wabash Men, and he has been a part of Wabash College for the last 50 years, 40 some odd, so 40 some. John's got a few words he'd like to say.
Thanks, Coach. Hey, is Dane Smith here? Where are you, Dane?
Hey.
Good to see you, man.
Hey, great seeing you.
He and I saw each other on a Zoom because he is one of the student representatives for the National Association of Wabash Men. So thank you for doing that, guy.
You're welcome.
Very appreciative. Hey, gentlemen, it's really a privilege of mine to be here today to look at you, some of the most dedicated, some of the most sacrificial volunteers. You're a volunteer in D3 football, right? That we're seeing anywhere today. You've chosen to be part of a special place, a special program. And I gotta give you the stats. You know we've got the 5th winningest program in Division III football. You may not know this, we've had winning seasons 43 of the last 45 years. And one of those 2 was last year, which we couldn't play because of COVID. So we've got this unbelievable tradition of success that you guys are now a part of. So I just want to give you 3 thoughts. First, you're sacrificing today and through this camp. Hey, thank goodness for the cooler weather, right? Compared to a couple of days ago, yeah. For something you really just can't see quite yet, right? It's something bigger than you. You're taking your God-given talents and you're putting them in the hands of Coach Morel and all the other coaches that are putting in a system that is designed to get the best out of the entire team. So you're going to be far, far superior than your individual pieces parts when the season begins, all right? Everything here is earned. Nothing is given. When you put on that scarlet uniform, you've got a lot of pride, a lot of tradition, a lot of excellence behind you, and you're going to feel more of that 19 days from today when you suit up and you go down to Terre Haute to play Rose Home. This isn't just any team, all right? We have that long tradition of excellence shown here at the new Frank Navarro Field at this brand new Little Giant Stadium. I've been to D1 colleges that are no ways near as nice looking as a facility as this place is. All right. At Wabash, we support each other. We uplift each other. We encourage each other. And we have this unbreakable bond that we call the Little Giant Spirit. It's impossible to put into words how strong that Little Giant Spirit is, although I'm going to try. All right. Upperclassmen on the team can tell you a little bit about some of it. But that Little Giant Spirit's going to hold you in great standing and do great for you as you progress in the academic halls at Crawfordsville, as it will say on the day you graduate from your diploma. And that leads to a second point, right? Press on. No matter how difficult the challenges might be, in the classroom or here on this field, keep going, persevere. It's one of the hallmarks that we have here at Wabash College. 2 great examples. All right. One of them, you weren't around. Maybe your parents were around 44 years ago this summer when a guy from Kentucky named Tommy Lee Conway was in the same camp that you're in right now. Tommy was a freshman. He worked himself really hard, and he made it all the way to 3rd in the depth chart in his position, fullback. Injuries hurt the team that year, and he moved up, and he was a starter by season's end. So where does Tommy find himself? Wabash's first ever playoff game in 1977. He's a slot receiver at the beginning of the second half. We're trailing 9-3, and he's going out for a pass in what the coaches have called for a shotgun spread formation. The first time in Wabash's history, the first time ever that formation has been used. Conway takes a swing pass from his quarterback, races 82 yards for a touchdown. Extra point puts us ahead 10-9. We never look back. The visiting fans, oh, by the way, that game was in Minnesota. It was below 0 that day. That's the real temp. All right. The visiting fans, guys just like you know, your fraternity brothers and classmates had taken busloads up there to see that game. And they stood and they stood and they yelled and they screamed and they cheered for the Little Giants the whole rest of the game. We win 20-9. Perseverance, Tommy Lee Conway. Let's get a bit more recent. All you guys were around 14 years ago. Some of you might have been like in kindergarten, maybe some of you were in preschool, when a guy was on this field named Matt Hudson. Matt persevered as a quarterback. Saw almost no action his freshman year. Actually came out his sophomore year as the number 3 person on the depth chart at quarterback. Number 1 was an All-American guy named Dustin Hoff. Hoff sadly broke a bone in his foot the first game of the year. Eventually, Hudson takes over, helps the team to a 9-1 record, throwing 25 touchdown passes, NCAC Conference Championship, and victory in the first 2 rounds of the Division III playoffs that year. That was as a sophomore. He persevered. He came back his junior year and his senior year, and in those 2 years, he combined into 54 touchdown passes, 2 more 9-1 records for the team, 2 more NCAA playoff appearances. Oh, and by the way, he was also the NCAC Offensive Player of the Year, both his junior and his senior years. Perseverance, guys, that could be you. That helps us. Tommy Conway and Matt Hudson aren't unique. They're among thousands of Wabash players who have persevered and persevered for generations. We've overcome great odds, great obstacles over a long period of time when we wear that scarlet uniform. None of us were around 116 years ago, right? When this team went to South Bend, Indiana and beat Notre Dame at Notre Dame. Later that year, we went to Chicago and we played the team that was acclaimed the number 1 squad in the country, the University of Chicago. We lost. But after the game, our coach, Francis Caillou, said this about his team. By the way, those guys were outmanned. They see you, you're not a big guy, you know. They were outmanned 25 to 30 pounds at every position, every one of the 11 spots on the field. Here's what Coach Caillou said. They tackled like little giants. I have never seen such wholehearted, devil-may-care tackling. That name, Little Giants, has stuck with this college and this team ever since. All right. So I've talked about sacrifice and pressing on, and now I want to talk about the third thing. When you play here, you play every minute, every second, every moment like it counts as your last one. At Wabash, we never quit until after that final gun sound. Now I have a unique kind of take on this. In January, I was diagnosed. Eventually they classified it as stage 3 bladder cancer. The following month, after a couple of exams, my doctors added stage 3A renal failure to my medical charts. By the way, did you know that doctors are funny people? If you've got a disease that might kill you and then they discover another one, when they put it on your chart, they call it comorbidity. Think about that term for a second, right? All right. Now, let's flip it. Put that into your mind. Suppose something like that happened to you. The doctor says you have cancer. Suppose the doctor said something like this. You know, enjoy the minutes you have because you might not have that many more minutes left on this earth. What would go through your minds at that moment in time? Let me tell you what went through mine. God, my wife and my family, and also going through my mind was this place. This ground, Wabash College, and everything you see right now. I love this college. This place is sacred to me. It's important to me. It's important enough for me to hop in a car and come 350 miles to give this little talk to you today. And I believe over time, especially for you newcomers, you're going to see how special this is. You're going to understand there's a profound and powerful meaning to those words that you sing. When college days are past, as long as life shall last, our greatest joy will be to shout the chorus. Now everybody knows our motto, right? You want to say it for me?
Always fights.
One of those terrific adverbs. The definition of always is forever, for all time, for all time. I want you to think about that in the last minutes, in the last moments of these tight games you might face this year. Be it Wittenberg, be it that team down there, I can't even say the name of it. No. Be it any other game where you've really got to reach back and reach down and reach in and do your very best. Always means always, forever. You want to make that moment count. You want to make every moment count, because none of us know for sure, with any certainty, how many moments we have left. And let me just demystify some stuff, right? I had cancer surgery 7 weeks ago today. I'm getting better, I'm healing. I'm not stronger as I need to be, but I'm getting better. The best news is the doctors told me that all of my scans and all my biopsies came back negative. It's in the clear. So here's what that means. I get to spend a lot of Saturday afternoons, minutes and moments, watching you guys play and watching you play with excellence. Yeah, you got it. All right, so I'm blessed. Finally, I wanted to tell you, we've hired my friend Dwayne Heil, class of 67. He's here with me today. Just to give you a feeling of how great our excellence is, right? Dwayne was one of the first 2 wrestlers in our wrestling program. And by the way, you may have heard, right? We do have a pretty good wrestling program. Yeah. First 2 to ever go to the NCAA college division to represent us at nationals. Dwayne and I both live in the Northeast Ohio area, and 26 days from today, this team is going to go to Hiram College. So Dwayne and I and a bunch of our other alumni are looking forward to seeing you that day and rooting for you that day as you take on the Terriers at Hiram. So, keep sacrificing. Every time you put on that Wabash uniform, wear it with great pride. Know that you're part of a brotherhood, part of the Little Giant spirit. Press on, persevere. And finally, gentlemen, remember that always means always. Thank you very much and have a great camp.
Thank you very much for being out here. That was a great talk, and clearly you see the passion our alums have about this place. It is a special place. Let's get to period 0. Here we go. Let's go to work.